Hello everybody, welcome back to Ultimate Fishing Simulator. You can see we are on version 141, a pretty big jump from 137 we were on before. And over the weekend came a few builds and they tweaked some things in the game. When they hit 138, they made some changes with the reel and drag behavior. Max drag parameter was removed, so there's no more of that issue. The reels have been, they have a different amount of drag steps and thresholds on them now. And now using the space button, it disables the drag instead of just letting the line go. It can be enabled again by pressing the space or starting reeling in again. Then along came version 139. They added an FOV setting now, so we can change the field of view, which is fantastic. Now fishery licenses can only be bought after getting required player level to prevent unnecessary spending money. They fixed drag changing speed with gamepads, and they fixed chat crash after attempting to insert tags. So if you tried out the multiplayer, which I did with bugs, there's no live people there with you. It's just a chat, and you can all kind of give each other pointers and whatnot. And then we came with game update 140, which both reeling out and disabling drag with the space bar and the middle mouse button are now available. So now you can let the line go by hitting the middle mouse button, and you can also disable drag that way. There's an option to change the profile name now. Small fixes in player movement, blocking on levels, differences in fish size between Pinus Bay, Marina Open Ocean. So that was 140. Then came 141. This is the biggest one here that we are on right now. And they fixed some of the bugs with the rod getting fish out of the water. There was like a helicopter issue with like the rod freaking out. They added more fish to Pinus Bay again there. To the Marina Ocean, and they fixed bugs with the hunter vision. Now, you haven't seen that yet. I'm going to show you it today. And the wrong bait indicator plays at a high FOV. So they are working on this game like crazy. Sorry to spit that stuff out, but I wanted to let you know where we're at right now. Version 141. So before we do anything, I'm showing you here, we only have $127 because I just got done spending some money. Rod-wise, this is what I'm rolling with. I've got the Dakino Max 65 here. And reel-wise, I did upgrade. That was on my live stream I did of it. That was Dakino H970 here. You can see there's only one drag setting. So once we level up to the next one here, where you can get to a good durability there, but you get two drag settings here on that one. So that's something to look forward to there. Line-wise, I have gone through I've only had a couple here. I went from this one to this one, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to spend the money and get the 10-pound test, so I don't have to worry about it. Float wise, I did get a new bobber, this thing right here. I tried a tri hook. I haven't had any luck catching anything with it yet, but I do have it. I was just experimenting with different things. Bait wise, I do have some flies, and I'm going to show you, we are going to have two fishing techniques today, and that's going to be catching fish with, a bobber or float, and then insects and live bait, as well as a spoon. So I have two spoons here. This is the one you want to get right out of the gate. It's $39. Your first couple fish you catch, you want this thing, trust me. Spinner wise, I've got a spinner bait now. Haven't caught anything with it yet. I do own a wobbler. Soft bait wise, I do own the Kubat M16T, this thing here, which I have actually caught some fish on before. So that's where I stick equipment wise for now. With that said, let's move on to the encyclopedia where the fish are. I started catching some different trout since I went back to Betty Lake and started doing the grind. Now, this is the thing about this game I do not like so far, and I really, really hope they do change it. What I don't like here is the fish leveling up system, okay? Their name is Ultimate Fishing Simulator. However, every single time you throw that lure in the water, you know what kind of fish you're going to get and how big they are, because I haven't leveled this fish up here. So we have a brook trout. You see I've caught 14 of them, the biggest specimen being a 1.6 pounder. However, this has got to go all the way up to 50 fish. I have to catch 50 of these before it levels up to bigger fish of that kind of fish. So same thing with the trout. I've only caught 3. I think the biggest one is probably cutthroat. Yes, 39 cutthroat. So I'm getting close. I'm getting close with this one to leveling him up, and then I'll get some bigger versions of that fish. That's the only thing about this I don't like, honestly. I really wish that they had a whole arrangement of fish in there. So that's just something out of my plane. And if you've recently gotten the game, You're probably like, what the hell is going on? I keep catching the same style of fish. We're going to walk around here. I'm going to show you the biggest fish that I own. You get that I've caught so far. Betty Lake right here. Look at this. We've got a 2.2 pound cutthroat trout. He was a pretty big one. I got a bull trout here, a 4.65 pounder. He was massive, and he gave me a little bit of a fight. So let's run upstairs here, and I'll show you what we got up here. We got a rainbow trout, 3.34 pounder right here. And I couldn't catch rainbow trout until, or at least frequently, until I started using spoons. I do want to show you my brown trout because he is a beast. There he is right there, 4.75 pounds. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. And then I have a black crappie. I believe I caught that on the last one. So only 1.54 pounds there. All right, out we go. Let's go fishing. Enough rambling. I'm going to show you some techniques I use to catch these fish. So if you're brand new at the game, I'll give you a few tips, and I'll see you out at the lake. I'm going to change the time to a little earlier in the day. The trout seem to be pretty active in the early morning, so I'm going to hold the left control key, and I'm going to hit that left, or I'm going to hit the left caret, but I'm going to hit the comma, and we're going to bring that down to early in the morning like this. So you see I've got my spoon out if I hit escape. This is what we're rolling with. Like I said before. I'm going to show you this one first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that spoon off there, and we are going to we're going to use the flies, because this is what you're going to have when you first start out, like we did last time. So you want to have a float. That's fine. I'll equip this guy. You're going to want a hook course, and then we are going to want from there our bait, which is going to be a fly. Equip him. There he is right there. Hit resume. And we are pretty much good to go. So you have these things that you can unlock, which are skills. Okay, so I'm a level 6. I have 1 skill point right now, actually. So I could, you know, actually unlock. These are the things I have unlocked so far. I have hunter vision, use boats, more XP, lower prices. We saw this a little bit last time, but I got hunter vision. I think that'll be pretty cool. Strength, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna unlock that one. I'm just kind of rolling down the line, you know. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Hit resume, hit the H key, and now we get this like heart pump letting me go. Oh, look at the fish. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. So you kind of have an idea of where they're at, you know. So let's start off by changing the FOV in the game, because 61 is pretty low. I'm going to bring it out to about 75 here. And hit resume. There we go. Now we can see a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast right out, about a half a cast out here. And last time somebody said, Jeff, you didn't even realize that there was a camera on the right that shows the little bobber. No, I did see that. I just completely was ignoring it. I was talking about the zoom, you know, with the Z key, being able to see there. You can always hit O to open this up to let you know what you have here. You hit C to change your underwater camera if you want to see it. Now, here's the thing. We're just, you know, fishing here with a fly on the edge of the hook here, and you're seeing all these different fish. They're not interested in this thing. Those brown trout and stuff that are down there, bottom feeders, they are not interested in this. They're not going to bite it. As you can see, this big guy, going to go right by it. Like, nope, that's not for me. However, this guy here on the right is going to take it. So he's about to nibble it. So let's wait for it. So there's the bite. Wait about good 5 to 6 seconds. Right mouse button. We have him on the line now. I'm going to get that drag up to 100. And the first thing you want to do is get that rod in the air. Just like that. And my reel speed I'm pretty happy with right there. And you want to tire this fish out. So I'm going to hold this up in the air like this. It's the first thing you do. Once you get that strike, you know, after waiting about 5 to 6 seconds of him nibbling on it, and you hit that right mouse button, you want to hold the right mouse button the whole time. The right mouse button. The right mouse button. You want to hold it down the whole time and tire this fish out. That's my bobber right there, but you can see him down below. It's a lot clearer than it was the original one. So that's a 4.47 pound bull trout. That's $41. That's a really good size fish that we can sell for money, or you can release him and get the XP if you would like. So that is basically what you're going to use when you first start out with, you know, a fly, a hook, a bobber, you know, so on and so forth. So let's move on to something else. So let's go to the spoons. Remember what I said, get this thing immediately. This one's a great one. I love this one because you can use this one for not only trout, but for bass as well. But let's start out with a QRT. I mean, it's only 39 bucks, you know, it's not 60 bucks. Spring for the 60, honestly. That's what I would do. The size is 2 of 5, so it's a bigger hook, but this is a smaller one. But we're going to use this one. So let's go ahead and take this off. We don't need that fly anymore, and we're just going to equip that because that's all you need. And the reason why I say to go ahead and just invest in one of these right away is because bait-wise, you're going to be sitting here spending $4 per fly or more. You know, worms are about 9 bucks, so, or are 9 bucks. So you're going to be going through a lot of live bait, and you got to see the trade-off of when you get the smaller fish that are like 13 bucks that you get, it's really grindy feeling when you do that. So don't do that. You know, don't sit there and waste all that time. Go with a spoon, you know, equip it just like I did there, hit resume, and I'm going to show you what we do with this thing. So we can, we're going to move around the lake here. That's actually one of my favorite spots is on this side. But we can use that hunter vision and we can go, hey, where are those fish hanging out today? Oh, buddy, there's a bunch of them right there. We're going to start with that. So let's go ahead and make a cast. And I'm going to show you this from the underwater camera angle first before we go back to the top, just so you have a good idea of what we're doing here. So we're going to let this sink all the way to the bottom, and we're going to wait for that. And you can see that trout, right? If he hits this, that'd be amazing, but he's not going to. So here we go. It hits the ground. You can see at the bottom right, it says ground, right? So all you gotta do is just reel in. Oh, wait, let's bring our, hit F, hold F down a couple times there. And we have a slower reel speed. So we can bring it up in the air. Oh, look at that immediately. And right mouse button. And look at this. It didn't take long at all for somebody to want to fight us here for this. So let's go ahead and get that rod in the air. Right here, you know, and you can even give it a couple tugs here and there. So let's bring our reel speed back up. You can give it a couple tugs, you know, reel them in. So all I did was let it drop all the way to the ground and then just start reeling in slightly. Let it drop down to the ground. Reel it in slightly. Let it drop down to the ground over and over again. It's kind of like, you know, mimicking a frog jumping off the ground. Imagine that. That's what you want to do. You can flick it, you can move it around, you can do all sorts of different things, but you don't really have to do that. I do hope they add those techniques in the game where it matters, but it really doesn't as of now. Oh, come on, you're going to fight me this close to the bank? You dip. Come here. Get out of that water. Thank you, buddy. It was a 4.54 bull trout. So we can sell him for 41 bucks, you know? Easy peasy. So let's move on. We had that. We're going to go over to this one. It's a bigger size, so we can catch a brown trout here. So let's go ahead and take that off. We're going to equip this one, hit resume, and let's hit that hunter vision. You can see the big guys down at the bottom right there. Those are brown trout. Those are the ones that you want. They're a pretty good fight, too. They're a lot of fun. So we're going to do this thing again. I'm going to show you from the underwater cam. And as you can see in this new version, like I said, you know, the water's a lot more clear. You can see the ground a lot better. And another great part of this game is that the devs are very active on the Steam forums. And you don't ever see that very often in gaming. Remember, zoom in, reel in, let go. Reel it in, let it drop. Reel it in, let it drop. And keep doing it. And look at that. We already got one. And don't forget to set that hook with that right mouse button. So I'm going to go ahead and set my drag, which we just did there. Let's go back up here. Hold that up in the air. And we'll work on this guy right here. It's hiding over there next to that rock. So you can get snags, though. So like you saw that log underneath there. You got to be careful with that. Especially later on when you're not using the underwater camera. I don't like it. It's kind of, it'll kind of get on your nerves because you'll see those fish. You'll be like, oh, come on, dude. You know, just hit the damn bait. It's better to just be up here and be oblivious to it. Trust me. But when you're doing this technique and you don't know what's underwater, you can get snagged on it. And when you start reeling it in, it'll say that it hit an obstacle and you had to cut the line. So you don't lose your bait or anything like that. That's a good thing. All right, buddy, you're coming in here. I can see him right underneath the water. He is really close to the bank, and he does not want to come in. Now, you could get a net, I don't have a net yet. Look at that. Another bull trout, 4.66 pounds. So with the spoons, we are getting 40 bucks a fish. When we're doing float, like we got lucky last time, honestly. Usually you get the little small guys and you're not getting anything for money-wise. So we're going to sell him and that'll be good. So use that hunter vision. We know those brown trout are all in that area right there. All right, let's go ahead and throw this out there. And let's get the white elephant out of the room. You know, we all know what the code word for brown trout is. It's poop. So laugh while you get the laughing out every time I say brown trout. We're gonna let it be. I usually do 4 seconds. There we go. I already got somebody. I don't know what it is. Gonna set that drag. Get that pole in the air there. And we'll see what we catch here. And this is the fun part about it. Oh, you saw that fish right there jump. And they're animated. It's so cool. Reel it in there. Pull. I almost did it again. Oh, you saw the tension? The tension meter now flashes. Oh, look at that. It's a big brown trout. Look at that guy. See, it's fun to not know what species you're catching down there. But we use the same exact technique. And he is a fighter, man. He's a fighter. 5.04 pound brown trout. There you go. You see what I'm talking about? That is what you want right there. And that's $46. So we are making bank. You know, we're already at $297. There was a lot right here. Let's see if we can catch another one. I mean, there was a bunch right here when we just checked. So we're going to throw that out there. Remember, always got to recheck your reel speed. And we turn the drag off. We're going to let that all drop all the way down. Remember, right around 12 feet or so, or was it 16? I can't remember. In the middle of the lake, it can get pretty deep. Yeah, 15 on this side of it. Okay, so we'll start reeling it in. You'll see it lift off the ground whenever it says ground away. There we go. And you just kind of know what this is doing. 1, 2. And I just do the 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Look at that. Got another one. And that's all you got to really do. I mean, it really helps to have... The fish seem to be quite active in the early morning, so... Keep that in mind when you're trying to farm some XP or you're trying to grind through it. I know it can be frustrating. Let's bring that up. There we go. But this is a great way to level up, to level your fish up. You know, I mean, because using the float, it's different. You know, it's a lot of waiting around, and sometimes it even feels like I throw it out there and I'll wait a good 3 minutes without even getting a bite. So there's quite a few things in this game that are not realistic, we know. But I mean, for what it is, it's getting better and better. And they're putting out updates constantly. Like I said, the devs are very active on the forums, so you can throw your 2 cents in there and they actually listen to you. It's gonna be a great fishing game. Look at this. I think we have another one. Yep, another brown trout right there. Another one. I'll be damned. And it was so long for me to figure this out too. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get, I bought this spoon originally to go bass fishing, and then look at this 5.61 pounder. He's huge. You're huge, dude. I'm gonna sell you because I want the money, but I could release you for 9 experience. Woohoo! So this is a good spot right here. Like a really good spot. But if the fish are a little dry there, because they don't, if you look, I'll hit the H again, you'll see that they're starting to thin out over here. And the reason why is because they don't regenerate themselves. They don't respawn. So you can fish out an entire pond. Keep that in mind. We're gonna run down here to my favorite spot. I like to get my little feet in the water here so you see the ripple effect. And I'm gonna cast this sucker all the way out there. All the way up. Look at that. 130 feet, son. There, it's on the ground there. It's 16 feet. So we're going to start the reel process. So I'm going to set the drag to 0. Start reeling it in. Let it lift off the ground. So about 6 seconds there. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Well, we need to get it back off the ground here real quick. Kind of like it. Because there's grass down here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's grass down here. And you want to kind of float in between the blades of the grass. You know, like drop, reel, and drop. So that's what we're doing. And look at that. There's a rainbow trout right there. Oh my, oh my. And he's fighting pretty good there. Let's go back underwater. You can see him. Look at that little guy. And I'm pretty sure he tried to jump there. He's going to do it again. Yep, yank on him this way. Wait for him. He's only 1 foot underneath the water there. He is way up there on top. Oh, there he goes again. He's jumping and splashing and all that good stuff. It still takes some luck. I mean, there's plenty of times where I've thrown this thing in the water and I've done it like 5, 6 times before I caught a fish. So it's not always this good, but man, the fish are biting this morning and it's fantastic. It is really good. Really nice. Look at that sucker. 3.37 pound rainbow trout. We will sell him and we are good there. Let's go ahead and buy something I've been wanting to buy, and that's a net. I need one. There we go. Got the net because later on when you level up and you get the bigger fish, you need this net to catch the bigger fish. So keep that in mind. And let's move on. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main menu, and we're going to go to Powell Lake, which is actually Lake Powell. They probably need to know that, the devs. They just, flip that around. And we're going to try to catch some bass or something else here. So let's choose local, because multiplayer, my language, would just give you a little chat window to talk to other people live. So we'll hit choose on that guy. And we are going to load in here at Powell. That sucker is always loud, that fish finder, when you first start. Whoa, look at all the fish over there on the right, man. A ton of them. Ton of those. But I want to go over here and see if we can get on this other boat. I don't think we can, but I'm going to try. Yeah, it doesn't look like a drivable boat, honestly. Hit R on that. Will you let me get on that boat? Or no? Maybe I can get on it from this way. I don't think you can, honestly. Yeah, no, it's just there for show. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just there for show. So, anybody was asking that, now you know. All right, now, when I streamed, I came across some largemouth bass, and they were hanging out in this cove back here. So we're gonna go check that out. And actually, let's make it a little bit later in the day. Let's make it so it doesn't look so crazy. There we go. Make it look like it's in the afternoon. We're gonna go out here and try to catch some fish. Showing a few out here. Let's try this. Hit R on that. Use our senses, our spidey senses. Yeah, that looks like some fish. Ooh, a bunch over there. Let's cast this sucker way out there. I'm gonna let it drop too a little bit. I want to see what depth they're at, and see if we can catch something on the spoon. I'm gonna let it go down about 6 feet or so. Well, 7 will work. I'm gonna start reeling in nice and slow. And this way we can actually see around us, see if there's the actual fish over here. It's kind of holding right there. If we can speed up our reel. So we can climb a little bit here and then slow it back down again. Still showing it straight and slow. That's usually what the bass want to hit anyway. But we'll have to see. See what I mean? You can see underneath the water now. And last time in this lake, you really couldn't. So there we go. About 12 feet, and I'm going to start pulling it from there. Because as we pull it, it's going to start climbing. And that's what you want it to do. Bass like to hit the lure like that. Oh, there he is down there on the right. Looks like a striped bass. But he does not seem interested in anything we're doing here. All right, let's try a different bait here. I'm thinking what we might do is try... I haven't tried any skinny spoons yet. I've only tried the big ones. So that's level 1. Let's do a level 4. Let's do this one here. I'm just really excited because we see this striped bass. I want him. Where is he at now? Oh, they're down here. Okay. Let me try just tossing this in the water and see if it's a bottom feeder. I don't know. There we go. Toss in there like that. We'll let this thing drop. Skinny spoon like this. Maybe we do this just like we did the last one, but I wouldn't think so. I think you just want to reel it in. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to try just reeling it in. I'm going to let it drop kind of like that right there. And then we're going to start reeling it in nice and slow. I just want to see if we can get a bass even interested in what we're doing. There he is down there. Oh, he's really low to the ground. Damn. Oh, there he is. Come on, you know you want this little spoon. Ooh, maybe. I'm going to drop it all the way to the ground. Similar to how we did the trout. Because I have no idea. Ooh, it seems interested. It doesn't seem interested at all, does it? Does not seem interested at all. Let's let it drop all the way to the ground. And we're going to do what we did at Betty Lake and see if we have any luck with it there. In fact, we could even pull it in, let it drop. Oh, there he is right there. Oh, no. This is why you don't ever want to see the damn things. Oh, it's really deep though. Look at that. There's the ground. Let it drop. I'm just going to do reel in. Let it drop. Come on, you damn bass. Take it. This has been taking... We haven't caught a fish in forever. Probably have to go back to Betty Lake to catch any fish. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm just going to go slow speed, straight and slow, all the way up. Because you would think this thing is going to come out of nowhere and just hit the lure. That's what you want it to do. All right, well, that one didn't want to play a game, so let's try this one over here. Ooh, there's a couple over here, actually, a couple fish. Let's just throw this one in. And let it drop. I'm just going to let it drop and I'm just going to reel it in slow. I mean, I really have no idea what else to do at this point. Because there's a bass right there. Ooh, come on this way. Yeah, come on this way, man. It's not interested at all. Look at that. It could give a fuck less. It's like, nope, not for me. All right, I'm going to sell this spinnerbait. And I'm going to go in on this one here, a level 2, a size 2 one. And I'm going to buy that. I'm going to equip it because we're going to go back out onto the lake on the boat and look for some largemouth bass. That's what I'm going to go for. I haven't figured out the striped bass yet. I will in due time. So if you guys have been playing this game and you have any pointers for catching striped bass in the game, not in the real world, I would appreciate it. Using real world techniques at this time, I know a lot of people say in the forums that it doesn't work, so that's why I say that. Actually, let's go over here. Near this boat. There's a couple of fish over here, actually. Ooh, we have some off the nose. Some right in this area, actually. Let's see. Hit R, hit H. What kind are they? Ooh. Ooh. Those could very well be largemouth bass. That's what they look like. All right, let's try this. Let's toss this sucker in here. And we're just gonna reel it in. I'm just gonna reel it in and see what is happening here. You can't see shit out here, nope. I'm gonna let it drop to about 8 feet. I'm gonna start reeling it in nice and slow. I don't even see him anymore. There he is down there. Looks like a catfish or something, doesn't it? It's a freaking striped bass. It's a striped bass, and they're not interested in what we're doing here. They don't care about our spinnerbait. Okay, well, let's go ahead and bring it back in. All right, let's try this cove. Actually, it's a much bigger lake than I thought it was. Oh, look at all this. What's the depth here? We got a bunch of fish around here, though. But man, yeah, this is a much bigger lake than I didn't even know you could go around here. What are you? Oh, you look like a crappie or a perch, don't you? Yeah, you do. You look like perch to me. Ooh, looks like there's some fish over there hiding. Okay, let's keep moving around that way. Go down this way a little bit. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on right here. There's a lot of stuff going on right here. What we got? What are you? Not really sure what you are, but throw this thing in here and see if they go after it. Small little spinner bait here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Start reeling in. Oh, Bring that speed way down, brother. There we go. Straight and slow. I don't think they're interested in it. Oh, that looks like a bass. That's a largemouth bass right there. Ooh, is he interested in it? Nope. Ooh, there's the one surfacing over there. You see that? Holy crap, he's huge. All right, I'm gonna let this thing drop down a little further. Ooh, it's starting to rain too. That might be some good luck. I don't know. I really don't know. All right, these bass are pretty close to the surface. One thing I haven't tried with them yet is my spoon. I'm gonna try my spoon on this one. Let's see if they like the spoon. There's a bunch right here, though. Look at these guys. I'm gonna throw my spoon in here, let it drop a little bit. And I'm going to start reeling in ever so slightly. There we go, about right there. Oh, way too fast, dude. Slow it down. There we go. That's definitely a largemouth bass right there. Ooh, they see my... Oh, you interested in it? That one on the right? He looks like he is, doesn't he? Oh, yeah! We got one, baby. Set that, set that, set that. Holy crap. We finally figured it out. It took so much trial and error, but we've got a bass on the line, ladies and gentlemen, and we're not going to let him go anywhere. Bring that reel speed up. Let me get this in the air. Oh, man, he is a fighter. I'm going to let him have a little bit of line here. I'm going to bring this rod in the air, and I'm going to set the drag and start reeling him and start working this fish. There we go. Yes. Wow, they do fight more than the trout. Not gonna look at that tension right there. This little bastard is going at it. He doesn't really look like a largemouth bass, does he? What kind of fish is this? I really don't know. But whatever it is, it liked this thing, didn't it? Like, I saw him like move right over towards it, and I was like, come on, man, go for it. Go for it. All right. He is right there, and he is fighting the hell out of us right now. Come on, buddy. Almost to the boat. And we're going to need our net, I think. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure you can bring him in. Yep. Smallmouth bass. That's what he is. 4.43 pound smallmouth bass. Hell yes. Boy, he fought like hell. He really did. Oh my god, let's use our spidey senses. They are all over the place right here. Ooh, that might be a largemouth out there. I don't know. But I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try this one again. We're going to try this on the surface, though. I'm going to let it drop like I did last time. I let it drop like, you know, to 6-7 feet or so. 8, yeah, about 7 feet. I just started doing the slow reel, and he hit it, like, came right at it. Oh, yeah, that's pretty... Oh, man, they're jumping, too. All right, there we go. About 11 feet there, and I'm just going to start reeling it in right here, straight and slow. That's all I got to do. Straight and slow. Oh, I got another one. Another bite. We set the hook right there, and we are going to get this rod in the air and start fighting this guy. Man, they're starting to hit this rod. I don't know what kind of fish this is, so I'm not going to cheat and look under the water. But it looks pretty good. It's looking pretty good indeed. Now, this is where it gets fun, man. When you start catching fish, that's when it's fun. And we had a huge dry spell there trying to figure out how to catch these things. There we go. Let's bring our reel speed up a little bit here. And let's fight this guy. Gonna pull him. Let him tire out here. Reel it. There we go. I see him down there. What are you, bud? What are you? Keep reeling there. Pull. There we go. We're tiring this fish out. He's right below there, man. He is really trying to take it down to the bottom of the lake. Hard to say. He's right there, though. Come on, pull him up. Hit Z to zoom. You can't whenever you're in this mode, apparently. I think we might have a largemouth here. I don't know. Can't really tell. He might be a smallmouth again. Come here. Come here, you little bastard. You're the one causing this whole ruckus, aren't you? Come on, you're so close. Smallmouth bass. 4.97 pound. Man, that's a big smallmouth bass. Look at that sucker. Gonna sell him. All right. We came, we saw. How about that? Well, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna get some more, some better equipment. You know, we're leveling up. And just imagine, you know, I mean, well, we can do the fast travel. Hit E to go back to the marina. To be honest, like, this is just starting to get good because deep sea fishing is in this game, and I can't even imagine fighting like a marlin. So that's going to be absolutely awesome. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Like I said, if you have any tips for the game, let them be known in the description below. I appreciate all of that, guys. With that said, yep, that's going to do it. I'll see you next time. Take care.